There's a growing call for the U.S. Central Bank to open its books and face heavier scrutiny. The Federal Reserve, which controls the nation's monetary policy, has been pumping money into struggling firms to try and keep America's head above water during the recession. But Congressman Ron Paul is worried that the secretive way it goes about it is damaging to the American people, as RT's Dina Gusovsky has been finding out.
Everyone loves money, but the U.S. Federal Reserve may be loving it a little too much and keeping it all to itself. Perhaps that's why one of the hottest stories of the summer involves the Fed coming under fire. At the center of the heated debate, Congressman Ron Paul. He and about 263 members of Congress support a bill to audit one of the most powerful monetary institutions in the world.
What I want to find out is what they're doing. They can create money and credit out of thin air and make promises and guarantees to private entities, international bankers, other governments, and other central banks. We deserve to know exactly what they're doing.
The Federal Reserve System is an organization with unprecedented financial power, heavily influencing the course of the U.S. economy and global financial system, and one that is supposed to operate independently of the U.S. government, or so we think. And the eagle atop this massive marble structure in downtown Washington, D.C. also oversees the regulation of interest rates and the printing of U.S. dollars.
Now, because of what the Fed does, they're embarking on a policy of destroying the value of a dollar. This could give capitalism a bad name. You know, obviously this is not capitalism. This is cronyism, and this is inflationism and secret central banking.
Well, secrets are no fun unless we tell everyone. Lawmakers and economists agree that the Federal Reserve, with its immense financial power, has exercised more control over the economy than any other government body. And as Congressman Ron Paul and others like him demand an investigation into this organization, the Fed itself says that the audit would only hurt, not help, the economy. Perhaps that's why they have enlisted the help of over 180 economists and businessmen who have written a letter urging the U.S. government to, quote, reaffirm their support for and defend the independence of the Federal Reserve System as a foundation of U.S. economic stability. The Fed's defenders say that the independence of U.S. monetary policy may be at risk.
The Federal Reserve is hysterical over it. I mean, they're sort of ganging up, getting all the economists to prove that transparency is terrible. They love secrecy. They threaten that they'd raise interest rates and do all these terrible things.
But the U.S. president seems to be on the side of this massive money machine. A key component of Barack Obama's financial overhaul is actually to give the Fed more power. What do you make of that?
I said, look, but if you do give them more authority, that's even a stronger argument for transparency. You just can't keep giving them more and more power. My argument is, if you're against big government, if you're against centralized government and warmongering and welfareism, you can't be for the Fed.
Wars abroad and perhaps an even bigger battle brewing at home, one whose outcome could very well shake the financial system and get rid of the don't ask, don't tell policy that the Fed has become all too accustomed to. Until now. Dina Gusovsky, RT, Washington.